It's 3:30 in the morning, and I am headed up to North Carolina for my uncle's memorial, because I told myself I don't want to miss this memorial. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to my grandfather's memorial last year, but I'm literally squeezing every dollar I have to make this trip up here. Dad doesn't know that I'm coming. Last I spoke with him on the phone, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to make the trip, but I was able to shuffle some money around, and I got approval from work. I can take 2 days off, so I can run up here. I can spend the night up there and then turn around the next day and head back. But I know it's going to mean a lot to Dad for me to be there. All right, I'll check in a little bit. I think I'll be rolling into North Carolina by, if all goes according to plan, I'll be in North Carolina by about 12:30, and the memorial starts at 2. So keep your fingers crossed for me. So I'm at Circle K getting filled up. This should be the last fuel stop that I need to do for the trip up. I think I'm at 295 miles left to go for the whole trip. Well, not the whole trip. The trip up to Clayton, North Carolina. Still making good timing. Things got a little weird in Jacksonville. I don't know if they were doing repairs on 95 or what, but they had GPS had me take some detours and back roads I'd like to not do again, but still making good timing. So
in a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
So anyway, this is Dad's street. Still doesn't know that I'm coming. Let's make some noise. Let's piss off his neighbors.
Your destination is on the left.
And his truck's not here. Made it to Dad's house in Clayton, North Carolina. Well, this is technically Wilson Mills, I think. But was a pretty smooth trip. A little hiccup in Jacksonville, a little detour I wasn't expecting, but for the most part it was pretty smooth. I think I beat most of the traffic. It was still like 5 in the morning right as I was going through Jacksonville, but it was all smooth until I got to was it Lumberton, North Carolina, and I noticed the roads started getting really wet, except that's not water, it's salt. Poor girl. I'll give her a hot bubble bath when we get back home. Oh well. Anyway, the old man's not here. I think he, I talked to Christy. She said he went to work this morning and got off at noon. It's 1:15 right now, so I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna eat the rest of my burger, and then it'll be a nice little surprise when he rolls up. Oh, I see him now.
Welcome to South Carolina.
Man, disassociation's a pretty wild thing. I mean, who the fuck has been driving my truck for the past 172 miles? Anyway, just kind of reflecting on my uncle's memorial, which was quite remarkable. A lot of friends and family had really good things to say, and you know, they shared many stories and examples, instances of when Johnny would give you the shirt off his back if he had to, and he's really helped me in some really tough times in my life, which is the vast majority of my life. But you know, Johnny would, you know, even have like just a habit of just saying the most trivial thing, not realizing that it would have such a profound meaning. Sorry about that, but anyway, I've had to do a lot of self-reflection, because I know that even if I were to right all the wrongs in my life, I still couldn't even be, you know, half the man that Johnny was. With that being said, you know, I got thinking about it. You know, when the time comes that the old Blankster is not around to entertain the masses anymore, you know, who would actually show up? And then the few that would show up for my memorial, what would they say, if they had anything to say at all, knowing the only things that they could say would be profoundly inappropriate in the house of God? I don't know. I gotta change my ways. I gotta victim of circumstance, and it's just how it's always been, you know. I don't know why. That's right, rinse my truck off. Anyway, it's been a really good trip. The truck has held up phenomenally. I don't know where this miraculous fuel mileage is coming from on the way back home. I must be catching a hell of a tailwind because I'm at half a tank. I've gotten 200 miles, which is absolutely unheard of. I normally only get about 150 miles before I get to a half tank. There must be some serious business in that fuel I got in Georgia. But anyway, just kind of wrapping up this video. It was nice to see some of my family members I haven't seen in shit, probably a decade now. There was other family members I could quite honestly care less if I ever see them again, just because of certain history in the family, but I'm not gonna touch on that. But anyway, one thing's for sure, your boy is tired. I think I've only gotten maybe 6 or 7 hours of sleep in like the last 2 days. I know I got 3 hours of sleep the first night, and a very doubtful 4 hours last night. I'm all wired up on nicotine and caffeine. I got stuff to hydrate myself and dehydrate myself. I need a shower. I need to do my laundry. But I think I'm only about 100 miles away from home right now. I'm just outside of I think I'm just outside of Daytona. But anyway, I'll catch y'all later. With my luck, the fuel gauge is probably broken, and I'm probably driving on hopes and dreams right now, knowing the way that my life is. The floof. What are you doing? Did you miss me? Liar. Anyway, just got back to the apartment. Swung by the mailbox. Got a package. I'll show you here in a second. But look how nice and clean the truck is. All that rain that I got. Here's what happened. I left North Carolina pretty early. Dad had to wake up early to go to work. So he got me up. I got an early start on the morning. Pitch black all the way to Georgia. Sun started to come up by the time I hit Georgia, but I was also kind of nodding off. So like I pulled into the first rest stop right there in north end of Georgia. And the old Blankster grabbed a little cat nap for about an hour, but I woke up to the sound of rain on the windshield, so I had to hop out, throw the old tonneau cover back over the cart, and then it rained almost all the way through Georgia and South Carolina. My geography is wrong. I had already gotten through South Carolina. It was the whole way through Georgia. By the time I got to Florida, it actually cleared up. So, anywho, oh, the package. Sorry, my neighbor's looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. She's not entirely wrong. The bracket for CO2 bottle. Now I've got 2 old CO2 bottles laying around. I think they came from the old go-kart actually. He was using CO2 to start the engine. Anywho, I hung on to them. I'm glad I did, because now I was using them to mock up like a good location where the new CO2 bottle is. Because the new bottle, I'd like to get the bottles that have like a built-in pressure regulator or a pressure gauge on them. But anywho, and it was really cool. The company that I bought the bracket from, they also sent me a little pen, as if I know how to use it. But anywho, the weather's actually really nice back here in Florida, despite smelling like complete sweaty ball sack. I think I'm actually gonna use the time, go ahead and get that bracket installed, so at least I've got something done. I gotta get some food. I wouldn't mind stopping by the coffee shop, see what's going on in there, but that's what we're gonna do today. Oh, check this out. So I leave for 2 days, and they've got all this paving equipment sitting in my dang parking spot. I guarantee this stuff's gonna sit there for a month before they even do anything with it. So now I gotta work in the weeds. Thanks. Anyway.